Hi, Tamika.
Hello, hello. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Yes, we call it, Tamika, we call it Feel Good Friday here doing our live broadcast. So are you
Yes,
feeling pretty good today?
yes, I'm feeling great. I try to have that attitude every day, but especially on Friday.
Especially on Friday. I hear you.
Yes,
We've made it through the week, so that's good nonetheless, right?
yes, absolutely.
All right. So
Absolutely.
thank you again for being a part of the Twins of Media Live and your story. You are a professional fitness trainer, as we mentioned, a bodybuilder and physical health coach out of New York City. But most recently, you are a COVID-19 survivor. When did you find out, and were you at all surprised because of your professional background?
Well, I found out back in March, and I was surprised on so many levels, not only because of my professional background and the fact that I'm healthy and I've practiced a healthy lifestyle for 15 plus years, but I think COVID-19 and the pandemic just it came on by surprise for all of us. No one was prepared. I wasn't prepared. So in the midst of all of that happening to me and happening to all of us, I wasn't ready. I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know the seriousness until it hit closer to home, until my business was forced to shut down. Excuse me. And it all happened all at the same time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was definitely quite a roller coaster ride and quite the experience.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. And Tamika, you are the adopted mother of two, and they also tested positive as well. How did you handle the news? Because let's be honest, it's your children here. So how did you take that when you found that out?
When I first found out, let's rewind a little bit. When I was sick, I didn't know what I had. I didn't know what was happening. And by the time I tested positive, by the time I went through all the red tape to get tested and had gotten my results, it was already like 10 days into having COVID-19. So because everything happened the way that it did, I didn't have a chance to entertain like a lot of fear and anxiety because I didn't know what I was fighting. I didn't know what was happening. And by the time that I did, thank God, my children, their symptoms didn't progress. They didn't worsen. It was manageable. It was more just monitoring temperatures every day and cleansing the house every day and practicing social distancing even within the home. So by the time I found out that I had tested positive, I was already sick for about 10 days.
Wow.
And it's like everything happens the way that it happens for a reason. Maybe if I had known before, maybe I would have been much more afraid. Maybe I don't know exactly how I would have taken it on. But at first, I just was fighting it as I would fight a common cold. And it wasn't until I wasn't getting better that I demanded to get tested. And that's when I found out.
Okay. Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
And you say, Tamika, you say through the virus, you gained a more positive mental attitude and action for health. And now that you've recovered, and thank God that you recovered, you aim to assist those in the fight against COVID-19 for better wellness and fitness. So what are your plans to do so? And do you offer any virtual things to help people?
Yes, I offer virtual training programs. I offer virtual coaching. And now more than before, I'm motivated to just work harder to reach the masses, to be able to really motivate others on a greater scale, on different platforms, to be able to find ways to get healthy.
Yeah.
Even the smallest changes. So my market is beginners.
Okay.
You know, so most people, they don't have such a positive mindset about eating greens and vegetables. And, you know, we're going for a power walk every day before coffee or whatever, you know, so that's my client. And sometimes that is the hardest client, but those are the clients that I love to take on because those are the people that you can make believers. You know, those are the people who tell me so often that, Tamika, I never liked exercising, but after working out with you, after being coached by you, I actually look forward to my workouts. So knowing that my healthy lifestyle, you know, helped me fight COVID-19, helped my immune system be strong enough to fight COVID-19 to the point where I was exercising again by day 14. I was back to my normal routine. And yes, at the age of 34, some could say, okay, well, it's because you're young. Yeah. But that's not the reason, because I've seen people die at the age of 30 from COVID-19. And these are people who, some of them didn't even have predisposed conditions, underlying conditions. So it's not only about age, it's also about lifestyle and immunity. So now that taking, all of that in and knowing what helped me get through it, I just want to help people as much as I can now more than ever.
Yeah, love it. Love it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate that. And so you kind of touched on it, but this virus has affected so many, Tamika. So what do you say to make sure that we all remain mentally and physically healthy during this time in the pandemic?
I think now it's important to practice self-care on a different level. Let's put it like this. If you were taking time out, let's say an hour a week or 2 hours a week to pour back into you, now you need to multiply that time. You need to double that time to the best of your ability. And not only the financial investment, because let's face it, many of us have been hit in different ways due to COVID-19, but there are affordable ways. There are free options, to help you practice better self-care. And what I mean by self-care, there's under the self-care, there's a lot of the umbrella of self-care. There's a lot of different things, so just taking time out to be at peace with yourself, whether that's a few minutes or moments of quiet time. Some people may meditate or practice yoga. There's spiritual programs out there that are free or very inexpensive online. So taking time out to practice self-care mentally for mind and body. You can use meditation, walking, prayer, spiritual time, whatever it is that suits you. And body movement is one of them.
Yes.
And just, taking some time out to maybe read some positive affirmations or any literature that's positive that can help, kind of lift your spirits and pour back into you. So whatever method or solutions that you find suitable for you and your lifestyle, now is the time to start exploring.
Yeah.
If you don't know where to start, Google self-care. Self-care helps, self-care.
Yeah.
Because we have to keep our mind and body whole during this time. And we are being tested and tried with the DD at the end in so many ways. And, now more than ever, we have to take care of ourselves.
Now more than ever.
Yes.
We have a viewer, and Loretta McClendon says that, hello, I've added more fruits and vegetables and less meat. That's her way of making sure that she stays healthy during this time. So yeah, thank you for your comment. And Tamika, you on your social media, namely your Instagram page, you had a post last month in September about how COVID impacted your business. And I believe you were doing a photo shoot, and you said something, and I'm paraphrasing, that you're going to keep going for everybody else that that is watching you. So who motivates you in times where you need that extra energy?
That is such a good question. It's like Beyonce said it best in her song, who saves the hero? And that relates to me in so many ways, because I'm just naturally so strong. And because of that, I help other people, and I just go to it without much thought sometimes. But it's like, how do I renew and restore myself? So my spiritual beliefs help me, prayer and just having faith. But really, truly, I think what pushes me is just remembering, not to get emotional, but just remembering growing up, the way that I did. I had a very supportive family, but we grew up, living below the poverty line. And I had my dreams, and I grew up in the urban ghetto, and my friends and my neighbors, they didn't always think the way that I did. They didn't have the visions that I did. So I just relate back to fighting through that, fighting through obstacles, fighting through, being different and thinking different, and not always having the support and the resources. but finding people along the way that just pushed me and encouraged me and helped me. So when I get tired and when I'm ready to like throw in the towel, I say, you know, you got to do it for the girls and boys who have big dreams like you, but didn't know a way out or didn't know how to make it. So if I can do it and I can have a testimony and a story, then I can take it back to them. And then I can be their motivation. So that's kind of what really keeps me going. I say to myself, like, you have enough fight in you for you, but what about those who don't? And that's really, truly, honestly, that's what keeps me going. And Serena Williams.
Serena Williams says thank you. Serena Williams.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, you know, Serena Williams has been such a motivation to me. Only one main reason is our physiques are very similar.
Yeah.
She carries that muscle very well, and she's so beautiful at the same time. But her work ethic and, you know, the way that she's had to fight through obstacles and barriers, and just being a strong woman and not being afraid to show that, even though some people may think otherwise. Athletically, she is a big motivation to me.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Your story is a remarkable one. And we thank you for coming on to the Twins and Media Live and sharing your story. And before we end, what's next for you?
There's so much happening at once. So right now I have a new app that's coming out where my clients will be able to partake in my workouts remotely from anywhere in the world. I have built a great Zoom and virtual community throughout COVID. And I realized the support that I provided really helped people from near and far. So I just really want to build on that. So the app is coming out. My new website is pretty much done. So really and truly virtual training and building a virtual business is my main focus. And one of the main reasons is because I want to reach more people, but entrepreneurs, we have to start thinking way outside of the box.
Yes.
Yes.
We have been tried. We have been thrown curveballs, but we have to be quick on our feet. So from that experience, I am making sure that I am prepared for, God forbid, another lockdown. I am prepared for another beast like this. If I ever have to endure it again during my lifetime, I'm going to make sure that I am ready, able, and in position to reach whoever I need to from my living room, if that's what I got to do.
That's right, Tamika.
Right.
Awesome. Keep it going for yourself and not only for everybody else. And thank you so much. And you can follow Tamika Harden at Body by Tamika on Instagram.
Yes.
And Tamika, thank you so much for speaking with the Twins and Media Live this afternoon. And keep doing what you're doing and keep educating and motivating and making sure that we're all fit and healthy. You have a wonderful rest of your day.
You too, ladies.
All right. Enjoy your Friday. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Feel Good Friday. Enjoy it. And
Feel Good Friday. Yes. Entrepreneurs Unite. Thank you. All right. Bye-bye.